A myth is not a legend. Can anybody tell me what is the difference, just according to you, the difference between a myth and a legend? Anyone? Okay. A myth, no, a legend has some elements of truth in it. It's usually based on a fact or a set of facts. And over time, people have maybe added to it a little bit, but there definitely is a factual basis, whereas a myth is completely just an invention by people. For example, I'm thinking Robin Hood. Everybody knows Robin Hood. Robin Hood is a legend because there was someone who was known as Robin of the Wood. Okay. So I hope that you have that clear in your mind, the difference between a myth and a legend. And I'm hoping that you have today's instruction page in front of you. So there are these 4 characteristics of a myth. A myth contains any or all of these characteristics. For example, it contains gods, and that should be small letter G, or superior beings. Myths are usually set, the time frame or the setting is an early time, in fact, much earlier than our present world. And myths very often provide an explanation of how things came to be, how the leopard got its spots, how the zebra got its stripes, why chickens are scared of foxes. I'm just giving you some examples. And then myths largely deals with an adventure of some kind. And so what I started with was the Greek and Roman mythological characters, which most of you are familiar with. And I've given you a few of them. You know, I always get very excited when I get excited when my learners know characters from Greek or Roman mythology. And I said, oh, did you read the story? And then what do you teenagers say? Yeah, no, we saw it in a cartoon. And I guess I shouldn't complain, because even though I would like you to read, but at least you are familiar with these different. And so I've given you a list here. There is Zeus and Hades and Poseidon. And of course, Poseidon, interestingly enough, that is the Greek, but then the Roman god of the sea is, who's the Roman god of the sea? Neptune. Isn't Neptune the Roman god of the sea? Yes, the Greek called him Poseidon. So they have their own, they each one have their own names. And then, of course, you know, you would have heard of Athena, Hermes, Eros, right? And so on. And just note that's a different spelling there for Hercules. So can you maybe tell me who is one of your favorite characters from Greek mythology? Anyone?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Mine is who's this? Hephaestus.
Who?
Hephaestus.
Oh, that's interesting. Just for those who don't know, do you want to just tell us quickly who Hephaestus is?
Yes, ma'am. Hephaestus was the son of the god of marriage, Hera, and she chucked him to Olympus because of his appearance.
Clever girl, clever girl. And thank you. And Keith, who's your favorite character?
Ma'am, mine is Poseidon or Percy, ma'am.
The god of the sea.
Yes, ma'am.
So did you watch the whole Percy Jackson?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you enjoy that?
Yes, ma'am. It was really nice.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so now that you have a background in myths, you know some of the Greek and Roman mythological characters, and you have watched or you will watch those they short, man. They're 3 minutes, 4 minutes long on YouTube. Our focus today comes to your writing project, and I've entitled it An African Myth. So I think it makes a lot of sense. We are living in African, we are African, and just to take the focus away from Caucasian myths, we are going to focus on African myths. And I said your story should be between 300 to 350 words long. And I I don't want you to get really focused on the word count right now, okay? When you are done with all the steps to this writing project, the last thing that you're going to do is you are going to give your myth a good title, something that will attract the attention of your readers. And I just found this a really interesting pic on the internet showing some of the characters from African mythology, and I thought that that's a great stimulus for you. So now what I want us to do, I want us to look at the writing process, okay? And you must look at the first point, which says writing a good essay takes time, and it cannot be a last minute rush. That is just criminal. That is just criminal. Okay, so how are you going to tackle this writing project? The first thing that you're going to do in writing your own African myth is deciding what will the essay be about. Now, is it going to be about children? Is it going to be about children and animals? Is it going to be about finding love? Is it going to be about a war? You must decide what is your essay is about. And once you have an idea what your essay will be about, then you are going to, and remember now, you are just putting these things down on paper, these words. You are going to have to choose some characters. Who are the characters in your myth? Okay, maybe you want to write down in point form, my main character are 2 foxes and 2 children. Okay, so I've said, and this is just a guideline, of course, I don't think that your story should be too busy. I don't think that there should be too many characters in, because you know you only have, it's not going to be that long, and it also gets a little bit confusing. So try not to have more than 4 characters. Then the next step is you brainstorm a plot. And what I mean is you are just writing down any points that come into your head connected to your main idea. Your main idea is what your essay is about. For example, is there a thunderstorm? Is there a famine? Is there a flood? Is there a death? Is there a celebration? What are the points connected? Then the next step is to write a plot summary, just to kind of put it in order of how the events will unfold. You know, one of my favorite authors in the world is Stephen King, and my other favorite author is Wilbur Smith. And now those are professional writers. Do you know that they could easily take up till between 2 to 3 years planning, researching, and writing? Well, that's a book, hey? And writing the book in rough before they really get stuck. So now clearly we don't have 2 to 3 years because we're not writing a book. But what I'm saying is that we're going to take a good couple of periods to work on the brainstorming and the plot summary, and then the next step, which is developing the summary, so that at the end of the day, you are going to give me the best piece of writing you have ever done in your 13, 14 years of your life. So the next step is, after the plot summary, is developing the summary. And that's the part where you add in the details, excuse me, where you add in the description. That is what fleshes out. It's like taking the skeleton and now you're adding the flesh. And then when you are almost moving to the end, that is now when you are going to, when you've got written out your entire rough draft, now you're going to edit your essay. Does it make sense? Is it jumping around? Is there language mistakes? Is there spelling mistakes? Is there punctuation? And for that step, by the essay, the editing of the essay, you are going to send your essay to someone else. So you will be editing each other's piece of work. You just need one person to have a look at your essay. Okay. And when it comes back and the person has maybe made suggestions, have maybe made corrections, then you are ready to type up your final draft, because that final draft you are going to send to me, and that I'm going to print so that I can mark it very nicely. And then when you do come back, you can put it in your file. Now I know the process is long and it is a lot of work, but we're going to you're going to work on it in your English period. Okay, because the English period that's where I am. So if you're working and I'm right here, and you will talk to me while you are busy if you have questions or queries or comments. So where do we start right now? Because now we still have the remainder of period 3 and we have the whole of period 4. So you are going to start by deciding what is your essay about and who are the characters you want in your myth. I don't think we'll get any further than brainstorming the plot. Just some ideas as to what is happening in your story. Now, are there questions, dear grade 8? No questions? Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now, when I go offline, I'm going to post this recording onto YouTube on my channel. I will put the link on Google Classroom so that you can go back to listen to the instructions. Okay. And then in the meantime, you will get started with the very first point of deciding what your essay will be about. Maybe you want to take a few minutes and you even want to have to study that image I've given you of Africa and some of the myths of Africa. maybe you even want to discuss with someone ideas for your characters and what your myth can be about. Are we good, grade 8?
Yes, ma'am.
The rest of you, just give me a thumbs up so I know that we are all on a good page. And remember, I'm here for questions. I'm happy to see the thumbs up. Okay, good job, guys. Thank you very much. So I'm still here until break time, and you will work by yourself. You can consult. You guys do have the English group on WhatsApp where you can also be posting your questions to each other. And I'm sure some of you even have your own each other's numbers, so you will be in contact with each other.